Remember when we were all kids and we got that paper book and it had the first page you opened up was the word find, and you'd circle the word and then you cross it out on the bottom, and those backwards diagonals were always the most difficult. And then you flip the next page and it's connect the dots, and turns out that it's a zebra, right? And then the next page you flip it over and it's a maze. And so many of us go through that maze from the very beginning, which is natural, and we hit a wall and we turn one way or the other and we find that we went the wrong way and we turn back. And it's a lot like life. Very few of us will look at the end of the maze and look at knowing that we have to exit and work our way backwards from that. And when I looked at my grandparents, and they all went slowly in their life, I looked at how they thought backwards from their end of their life. And what were those important moments that they had that they wanted to see before they shut their eyes the last time? And it's touching because it gave me perspective. The perspective that I was able to glean from was that they just wanted their whole family. They weren't looking forward. They weren't living the present. They just wanted to look back on what they had created and be happy that they lived a meaningful life. And whether it's a project, whether it's your career, whether it's your life, or your children's lives, looking forward is a beautiful thing at a finite point at the end of that maze. In order for those results, I felt, to come true, I needed to look at what I wanted at the end. And when I looked at that, I knew each of those results had to have had precursors to those results happening. And then as I worked my way backwards from those precursors had precursors to happen. None of this is an elevator ride. You don't just as a child get to say, I want to be a doctor, and then you go to school and you're a doctor. You have to walk through that maze of life. And there's twists and turns, and you don't know what it looks like from the front side. But when you look at it from the back side and you know that those results, it's so much more easier to navigate that maze when you're facing that wall on the front end and you don't know which way to go. But if the direction that looks pretty isn't harmonic with where that end result is, don't turn that way. Turn the way that works as congruent with your end results, because each of those end results has all these signs and steps that are necessary to get to them. And it's just a lesson I've learned, and it's as simple as something that you can find in the children's books and the mazes that were presented to us earlier in our life.